When it comes to panhandlers, New Yorkers think they've seen it all. But recently, we noticed something different, even disturbing. Women begging with babies.
And we saw enough of them right here in the streets of Midtown that it made us wonder, could this possibly be a coincidence?
The infants and toddlers spend long hours camped out on busy city sidewalks or noisy subway platforms. Some of the little ones stay unusually still from day into night, making you wonder if they're dolls. But they're not. They're real children with diapers that are changed on the pavement and sniffles that persist in the cool autumn air.
Have you gone to the city for help with like social services or anything?
No, but I'm going.
She sounds sick. The baby sounds sick.
She has a cold. What can I do? I don't have a job.
If panhandling with children is a job, it's a lucrative one. We watch as the women collect several handouts a minute.
Well, I gave her $2. She was with a child. She's hungry.
Still, others say something about this just doesn't sit right.
I wouldn't sit there with my kid.
You have plenty of government services they can get.
I think it's a setup.
When I see these women out there, I'm looking at a scam, a business.
George McDonald runs a charity called the Doe Fund, which helps the homeless get back on their feet. He employs dozens of people working in Midtown and says they've witnessed the women's patterns.
It's a group of women who trade off the same children, that they work in shifts. We have a network of not-for-profits that could certainly help these women if indeed they were looking for help, which they are not.
Service providers tell the I-Team the women refuse shelter and services. They just want cash. In undercover interviews, one woman tells us she's jobless from Romania.
I live with my mother. I have a apartment.
Another says she needs to make money for a hotel, though it's worth noting city homeless shelters are free. In recent weeks, we documented at least 9 women begging with babies, mostly on Midtown sidewalks. They may need the money, but the way they earn it doesn't seem to be coincidence. The I-Team found they know each other. We followed them, commuting together and meeting for lunch. During their breaks, they browse stores and share ice cream. This woman in blue appears to help organize, making rounds throughout the day. At night, they meet at Grand Central to ride the C train together to a building in East New York. So if this is their job, then are the babies working too?
What begins to make this smell like child labor is the organized nature of it.
Panhandling is legal on the streets, but not the subways. But how about with a baby? A long-standing state law makes it a misdemeanor to use a child in begging or picking rags, a sign of just how old that law is. But the police, based on what the I-Team observed, don't seem to enforce it, though they do sometimes warn the women of potential consequences.
You want to keep that baby. Somebody's going to call 911. They're going to show up and see that your daughter is eating off the ground. They're going to call child services.
I have not seen it. I have not heard of it.
Children's Services Commissioner Gladys Carrion tells the I-Team she's surprised nobody has called, including the police.
It really is disturbing that no one would think of calling that in.
She says if someone did call in a report, an investigation would look at the reasons for begging with babies and whether the children's basic needs are being met.
We're from Channel 4.
Our own attempts to get answers didn't produce any.
Is it appropriate for children to be on the street all day begging for money? Why are you walking away? Are you working together with the other moms?
Clearly, the women were not interested in speaking to the I-Team. We were shoved, twerked, repeatedly given the finger. That was our producer's phone being smacked to the ground by this woman who blamed the president for not giving her papers to work in this country.
I would venture to say that it's not right to have children, in the street, serving as props to be able to get money.
And speaking of that money, after hearing what the I-Team found, some of those generous passersby say they'd think twice about giving again.
Because you don't want to be used, right?